Episode 940 opens with Shimotsuki Yasui revealing himself, and his true purpose is to unravel the mystery of the secret coded paper for Kinmen and everyone else. Yasui takes full responsibility, admitting that 20 years have passed since the Kozuki clan disappeared, and because he couldn't gather enough forces for revenge, he was forced to act on his own. Yasui says that he created the secret coded paper, intending to prevent Orochi from suspecting that the Kozuki clan samurai had returned, thereby protecting his allies from exposure and exonerating those captured simply because of their tattoos. He claims it was all a joke, a test for his daughter, and that there was absolutely no return of the Kozuki clan. On the day of Oden's execution, Orochi questioned the remaining 4 daimyo, including Yasui, but none submitted. Despite his every tactic, including cooperating with Kaido, the battle ended in complete defeat, a fact that fuels Orochi's resentment to this day. In a fit of rage, Orochi stormed the town square, and Shimotsuki Yasui's final words to him were a profound expression of contempt that a lowly individual like Orochi, even if he lived to the death, could never compare to Kozuki Oden. Through all these actions, Yasui secretly re-established the plan. He used his own life to alter the code on the piece of paper, sending a new meeting point to his imprisoned allies in Rosetsu town. Though meager, it was all he could do for the Kozuki clan. In his final moments, Yasui requested that the children's eyes be covered. The last daimyo loyal to the Kozuki clan smiled peacefully. The happiest man in Ibisu town was preparing to cross over to the other world, and he softly said, "Sing a farewell song, for I have no regrets." Orochi ordered the firing to begin. A barrage of bullets flew relentlessly, cruelly taking Shimotsuki Yasui's life. But in his final moments, before closing his eyes, he caught a glimpse of his young daughter, Toko, running towards him. In that moment, Yasui whispered an apology for leaving his child behind, but it was too late. He died in a way he chose, not in the way Orochi desired, a death that embodied the will of the Kozuki clan. But what shocked everyone was that the people of Ibisu town, including Toko, were laughing at the death of someone they loved. Zoro couldn't accept this sight. He was about to rush forward when Hiyori held him back. Hiyori tearfully begged Zoro to understand, because in reality, they weren't laughing, but crying in pain. The reason the people of Ibisu always laughed, even in sadness or despair, was because of the Smile Devil fruit, which Kaido and Orochi had planted in this kingdom. Episode 941 reveals Kaido's initial goal was to create a powerful army using artificial devil fruits, but not all smile fruits are perfect. The success rate is only a meager 10%, and most who consume them, without gaining strength, lose the ability to swim and suffer a permanent, uncontrollable smile. These failures are unable to express any emotion other than laughter, whether pain or despair. This is why the artificial devil fruit is called Smile, a smile bought at the cost of humanity. Kaido's army is clearly divided into 3 categories. Those who haven't eaten Smile are called waiters. Those who were lucky enough to succeed with animalistic strength are gifters. And those warriors who ate Smile but failed, leaving only a maniacal smile, are called pleasures. The real tragedy begins when Shogun Orochi distributes the failed, partially eaten Smile devil fruits to the poor living outside the flower capital, specifically in the town of Ibisu. Initially, the people quickly realize the horrific side effects, but hunger has driven them to desperation, leaving them with no choice but to eat them. This is how the town of Ibisu, with its perpetually smiling inhabitants, came into being a cruel joke of the extreme. This is perhaps the most horrific crime Kurozumi Orochi ever committed. A scene of sorrow that cannot be expressed, pain that cannot be screamed upon, a scene nothing short of hell on earth. In the middle of the square, Toko ran to her father's body. The innocent girl took out the toad oil she always carried and gently applied it to Shimotsuki Yasui's body, believing that doing so would awaken her father, and everything would be all right. But at that moment, the perpetrator of all the tragedy revealed himself. Orochi pointed his gun directly at Toko, leaving her no place to hide or hesitate for another second. The moment the shot was fired, Zoro and Sanji appeared simultaneously, blocking her path. Their cold gazes were directed at the tyrant, a challenge that, if he dared to fire again, the price would be heavy. Episode 942 opens with a chaotic scene as Orochi's samurai army rushes out to suppress the enemy. Ironically, These samurai are armed with guns, and given what they've done to Wano, even Zoro can't stand idly by any longer. After all, Shimotsuki Yasui was once Zoro's reluctant companion during his wanderings, and the one who entrusted Toko to Sanji's care, so this rage is uncontainable. Zoro immediately charges towards Orochi, but at that very moment, Kiyoshiro appears and blocks the attack. Simultaneously, X-Drake joins the fray, transforming into an Allosaurus to fight, allowing Zoro to focus entirely on the fight. Frankie didn't stand idly by. He used his own body to shield Zoro from the bullets, then quickly carried Shimotsuki Yasui's corpse away from the square, amidst the confused shouts of the henchmen as the Straw Hat crew revealed themselves one by one. Robin and Nami coordinated their attack, restraining Kiyoshiro, and although unwilling to admit it, Zoro realized that Kiyoshiro truly possessed strength, as he was able to withstand a direct slash from Zoro, despite claiming to be just a loyal dog of Shogun Orochi. Meanwhile, at Udon Prison, Orochi watched the entire execution, while Kid was escorted back to his cell. Everything seemed to be settling down until he noticed something unusual about his companion. Upon seeing Kamazo the Manslayer being brought out, Kid immediately screamed and lunged forward, but was instantly subdued by the guards with their guns. Kamazo just stood there, laughing incessantly at Kid's despair. The truth gradually unfolds. Kamazo was forced to eat the Smile Devil fruit, and the one bearing that insane name is none other than Killer, Kid's closest crewmate. Another tragedy created by Kaido and Orochi. And that wraps up our recap for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it to support the channel. Make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you won't miss the next episodes of the Wano Arc Recap. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.